What's up, guys? I'm back with more F123, and I've recently been playing a lot of ranked mode in hopes of getting the Platinum Trophy for this game, which has trophies for both getting to Gold in ranked and getting to Elite in ranked, which are the two highest levels, Gold and then Elite. I've been playing a bunch of ranked as a result, and playing a bunch of ranked has sort of reinforced to me some of the problems with the ranked mode. And frankly, I'm not going to be playing any more ranked. I'm just pretty much done with it, and that means that I'm not going to get the Platinum Trophy for this game. But I'm comfortable with that, and I'm okay with that because there are a lot of problems specifically with ranked. And this is not a review of the game. This is just specifically talking about ranked. But there are quite a few problems, I think, with the ranked format in F123. And those are, first, the matchmaking system. Okay, the way the matchmaking system works in ranked in F123 is a lobby will just sort of start, and then drivers sort of get loaded into that lobby, and they try to group you within the same safety rating license level. The safety rating license level we'll talk about in a minute, but just for the purposes of matchmaking, the result here is that we get a lot of lobbies that have. I'll load into a lobby and we'll have two drivers in it. And then you wait for a minute or a minute and a half, whatever the timer is, and some more people will join, but never more than I would say 10, at least since the early life cycle of this game. And we're now 6 months out from release. So it's been out for a while. But you often get these really small lobbies, and don't get me wrong, really small lobbies can be fun, but when the whole point of the game mode is to beat more people so that you can get promoted and get more ranked points, then it sort of makes it discouraging when you can only get maybe 5, 6 drivers per lobby, which is generally what I feel like I end up having. I think a good way to do the matchmaking system would be something like what Gran Turismo does. And I have a lot of problems with Gran Turismo, but one thing that I think that they do really well is the matchmaking in sport mode. And the way that works is they know that, for instance, a specific race will take 25 minutes, let's say, or let's say 15 minutes, just to make it easier. They'll schedule the races every 20 minutes or so. So if you take the max amount of time that one of these races could take, and I think that that could be easily pretty easily done in F123's ranked mode because of it's always 25% races, there are no safety cars, but you should be able to credibly get to an estimate of how long a race can possibly take. Basically, Gran Turismo will take that time and then add on, let's say, 5 minutes. And the races always start at the exact same times. So a race will start at 12, and then 12:30, and then 1, and then 1:30, and then 2, and then 2:30, and so on and so forth. The result is that everybody that wants to race at the same time gets put into this massive blob of people, okay? And then those are sorted out by safety rating, and then sort of dispersed by skill, because Gran Turismo has basically safety rating and then pace, skill, whatever you want to call the other one, driver rating, whatever. But that is a system that you end up having lobbies that are, if not completely full, then at least close to full, and you're with people that are in your safety rating, you're with people that are generally near your driver rating, and you end up getting pretty good races. What happens here is that I'll load into a lobby, it may only be 3 people, and the other 2 people may be gods in this game, and we just have no way of knowing. And so you end up with these small lobbies, disjointed lobbies, when in reality, you like to think that you probably could get better lobbies if everyone was starting at the exact same time, and then you were sort of matched by safety rating and driver rating. So that's the first one, matchmaking. Second of all, there's just no clarity on the point system. Nobody really knows precisely how the point system works. It's generally you beat more cars, you get more points. And people online on the forums basically say that we think that you get more points if you avoid warnings. So track limit warnings, collision warnings, drive-through penalties, etc. But that's not confirmed. There's no confirmation. We don't know. And at the end of the race, you just get a pop-up that says, this is how many points you earned or you lost. And there are so many people on Reddit, on the official forums, complaining about, hey, why did I have this race where I did really well, I didn't have any penalties, and I only got this amount of points? And frankly, we just don't know. We've not heard anything from EA. And if you have heard anything, please link me to it, in the comments because I haven't seen it. But my understanding is that we have no clarity whatsoever anywhere of how the point system works. And as a result, you get frustrated because you spend all this time on a race and then maybe get 5 ranked points, which is not enough, by the way. And we'll go into that in a second with the promotion system. But there's just no clarity on how you got the points, what you can do to earn more points, or really what you need to shoot for to maximize the points that you're getting. Third item, the promotion system. As I just mentioned, the promotion system is kind of based on how many rank points you get. But the way that it works is at the beginning of each week, you get grouped into a group, okay? And the top X percentage of that group gets promoted. A certain percentage of that group stays at the current rank, and the bottom percentage of that group gets demoted down into a lower rank. I don't like this system at all. And also, this system resets at the end of every week, okay? I don't like this system at all. I think that it is designed to try to get players to come back and race every single week. And I understand it from an engagement perspective. I understand why companies do this. I understand why developers do this. They want you to keep coming back week after week. But it's not a true ranked system. A true ranked system to me is something more like what you see in so many other games. Okay, so for example, Gran Turismo, as I mentioned, you have a safety rating number that corresponds to a letter rating. For instance, D, C, B, A, and S is the highest safety rating. And driver ratings work the same way. But there's a number behind that that goes up or down based on how you do in races. And I generally think that these systems are some sort of elo-based system, zero-sum system, where you're taking points from competitors or you're losing points to competitors depending on how you do. But these systems, a good system to me, lasts a long time. Okay, we're talking life cycle of the game, whatever. If you want to reset it every season, that's fine. But these are skill based. You are gaining points for beating drivers, you are losing points for losing to drivers. And a driver who, for instance, is a really good driver is going to have a high rating. And you beat that driver, you're going to take points from that driver. But the way it works in F123 is a pure accumulation game over this period of 1 week. And it doesn't matter how I'm doing against the drivers that I'm racing against. It matters how I'm doing against the people in my weekly group. So I can do 3 races in a week. I can win all 3 of them. I can gain a bunch of points. But if everybody else in my group does better than me, they go up higher. In reality, I think that this should just work on a global scale. You have a number and it goes up or it goes down based on how you do. And it doesn't artificially reset every week to force you to come back. Because, for example, around Christmas, I was out of town for multiple days and I missed out on the time that I could have spent driving in ranked mode. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy. I was spending time with family. That was great. But I was missing out on ranked races. And as a result, despite having really good results for the first half of the week, I got demoted at the end of the week because I just didn't accumulate enough points compared to the people who did. No matter the fact that I did really well in the races that I did do. And arguably should have gone up with my rating throughout that week because of the good performances. But as a result, I think other drivers are artificially deflated in rating just because they're not racing as much, and so the points that you're taking or getting from other drivers probably isn't really correct either. The last item here is a combination of the way the safety rating, license rating system works in the game, and that sort of melds into the drivers that you drive against in rank mode. The safety rating system itself is laughably easy to get to the top license level. I mean, I have seen drivers who are just absolutely miserable on track with the highest license rating. It is just laughably easy. Anyone can do it. As a result, even when you're in the highest license rating splits, you're racing against people who are not necessarily racing clean. And there's no real repercussions for acting however you want to. I had an incident earlier this year in ranked mode where it was on Spain. I had a pass lined up on the DRS straight, the start-finish pit straight. I pull around this car to pass him with DRS. Should have been an easy pass. And he decides to veer sideways into me and knock me into the wall. It breaks my wing. I ended up losing 4 or 5 places over the rest of the race because I had to pit and fix that. at the end of the day, he got no real repercussions for that. Maybe he got less rank points. Maybe he ultimately even lost the license level. But again, it's laughably easy to level that back up. And there's no real repercussions for driving like this, as opposed to a system that has a real true safety rating system, like, for example, iRacing. iRacing is world renowned for the safety rating system. People speak so highly of it. Even something like Gran Turismo has, I think, a better safety rating, license rating system than this, just because it is a little more difficult to retain the higher level, or to at least achieve the higher level of safety rating, the highest level of safety rating. Something like ACC, I think, has a really robust safety rating system where, yes, you can absolutely sort of farm safety rating points, but it's a better representation of the safety rating of a driver than what you're getting in F123. So these are the reasons that I'm not going to be playing ranked anymore. Matchmaking, the lack of clarity on the point system, the promotion system, and just the safety ratings slash the people that are driving in ranked mode. That's my thoughts. I'm personally happy to be done with ranked mode. It's been somewhat miserable because of these things that I've laid out, but I'd love to know what people think in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like ranked mode? Do you not like ranked mode? Are there reasons that I'm forgetting that you hate ranked mode that I'm not thinking about? I'm sure there are some. I've had a lot of problems with this game mode, but the game, I mean, the handling's better, but that's a different video. Thanks for watching.